You don't like podcasts, where we have conversations you don't like that need to be had.
I want to say something about my mama. Your mama dead. Your mama dead. Go dig up. Go dig up. Post a picture of your mama. She dead. Pay respect. Stop playing with my mama.
All right, so that was a clip of King Harris. That's T.I. and Tiny's son. And that was a response to a post that 50 Cent put up. Now, we spoke about this. 50 and T.I. have been having this little beef that's been going on that stemmed from the whole versus thing. We even touched on a video how we feel that 50 has been ducking T.I. on this versus. So this whole little beef that they have going, it has escalated to this. I don't know why 50 drug Tiny into it, but here we are.
Yeah, we've been talking about 50 in general for one, and 50 always in some type of beef. Um, and here we go with another one. 50 always shows clown behavior. You know what I mean? Just say you don't want to do the verses. You ain't had to put a man wife into it. Now, one of our first videos, we talked about Keen and how disrespectful Keen is. Keen run off at the mouth. King is a lot of things, but I stand behind King of standing up for his mama. That's what he was supposed to do. So I'm rocking with King on this one. I saw the interview with T.I., that little clip, and I stand on that with him. Like in the real world, you know everything about gun violence or whatever, but somebody will mess over you behind this. You know what I mean? And you just steady with these little internet tactics. Ain't nobody with all that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. That was a low blow. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, definitely. I agree with that. Also, when even when I was creating just a thumbnail for this video and how I put T.I., Tiny, and King together, that family unit, and then you see 50 over off to the side by himself. To me, a man is only as rich as his family. And T.I. is rich in family. He has a big family. He has a wife, he has children, he has grandchildren. You know, that to me is what the black community needs to see more of. We need to see more family. We need to see more of our black men protecting their homes, protecting what is theirs, their wife, their children. And then we can also say this, that T.I. is raising, he did something right with King, because King did what he was supposed to do. He stepped up and he defended his mother. I look at the way that my father and the way that my uncle take care of my grandmother, since my grandfather is not here anymore. They take care of their mama down. Do you hear me? And that's what I would want for my boys to do for me. And then you seeing King do that for his mother. That's what you're supposed to do. And then 50 Cent is just out of pocket. He been out of pocket.
Yeah, that's messed up because Tiny didn't do nothing to nobody,
Mm-mm.
and
She ain't had nothing to do with that.
she had nothing to do with that. They ain't never did nothing to you. And Ti respectfully called you out on the verses
Mm-hmm.
that on his little interview that he said y'all talked about,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
Mm-hmm.
just started acting brand new. So he respectfully called you out on a versus which is supposed to be showcasing both of y'all talent.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I get to all this low blow stuff. You ain't even had to do that. If you don't want
No,
to do it, you don't want to do
exactly. Point blank and period. Like, what does showcasing your your talent, your rap ability, your catalog have to do with this man's wife. Like you overstepped a boundary. That is that man's wife at the end of the day. You don't do that. And anybody out here supporting that type of behavior, that type of clownery, let him post your mama and drag your mama. Would you have that same, oh, it's okay. That's why King said what he said. So you can go. Why don't you go dig your mama up out the grave and take a picture with your deceased mother? See, that sound real bad, don't it? That sound but you go down in the gutter, so people gonna meet you
Yeah,
down
they
there.
gonna meet you in the gutter.
They gonna meet you there.
So I respect King for that, and uh, like Ti said, it's war now. Like it's up. You know what I'm saying? Because that was too disrespectful. That lady ain't had nothing to do with nothing. That whole thing. I can see if Ti was running around nasty and all that, and I ain't trying to bring this man up like an AD where you make somebody get out of character. Like I'm finna read your whole family. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Ti don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That man respectfully called you out, and you ducking him because he better than you. That's just on period. That's
And
just my thought.
he called you out like a
He
man.
called you out like a man. That man didn't talk about your son. That man didn't even talk about your raggedy A baby mama. He ain't talk about none of that.
You got the audacity to talk about this man's wife, yet you have laid down with a woman who is laying down with whole warlocks, whole demons. Pup, we ain't about to go there.
Yeah, I
I ain't even
mean,
to go there, but you got the audacity. you got your whole nerve to do that. To talk about any look, y'all can be on 50 side, y'all can support 50. That's your prerogative. But me going forward, he's just not somebody in our community that we need to be uplifting and putting on a pedestal. Pay attention to the type of content that he pushes. And I'm not just talking about his memes and his internet tactics and his IG and Twitter. I ain't just talking about that. Pay attention to the type of these shows that he's putting out and what they display. Does it display black excellence, or does it display some of the worst things in our community? Just think about it.
well, he ain't got to display it in the show. He displayed in his character.
He does, but a lot of us in the community don't see it that way. So I don't know. That's my little think piece on it. We let's keep the conversation going. Y'all put y'all thoughts and comments and down in the description, and we can keep the conversation going.
For sure. I mean, you basically said everything. I always say, what I always say, stay prayed up. We out.
You Don't Like podcasts, where we have conversations you don't like that need to be had.